So this is the Rii RK707 mini wireless keyboard and controller combo. Is this the ultimate controller for the new Spectrum from Retro Games? Let's take a look. Right, now first things first, let's have a look at the box. So this is currently on sale in AliExpress for around about £11 to £12, but I decided to go down the Amazon route, mainly because if something goes wrong with it, I can just send it back. So they've stuck a nice sticker on the front, and it still comes from China. It is Shenzhen, which I thought it might be, model RK707. Around the side there, just some branding. On the other side, portable size, multi-platform support and wireless connection. So on the back, game controller is for Android box, PC and PS3. Turbo button, vibration feedback. We have a mouse keyboard and we have backlit keys and the innovative mouse wheel feature as well. So yeah, this has been sort of raved that it's quite a good controller for the new Spectrum by Retro Games. So also in the box is a user manual. Now I'm not going to read it because it is quite extensive and you don't want to see me sit through the next, I don't know, 5 minutes explaining every detail on this controller. So as per usual, we'll just get rid of that. So also in the box we get a little lanyard, the Bluetooth receiver, and also a charge cable as well. Right, so onto the controller itself. To the left here we have a D-pad, 2 thumbsticks, clicky on the top. We have our L1, L2, R1 and R2. L1 and R1 are slightly raised just there. X, Y, B and A buttons. Start, clear, whatever that means. Select turbo. And we have an indicator light as well just there, and there's your screws to secure this in place. Underneath, lanyard goes there, USB charging goes there, and that is your on and off switch. So when you flip it over, you are graced by this. Now these 2 switches here, this one to the left means you can use the keyboard, flick it to the right, and then it's controller. So when you're using it as a controller, because it's selected as the controller, if you touch any of those keys underneath, it will not have any difference to your gameplay. It just basically cuts off the keyboard. So you can just use the controller and then vice versa. Flip it over. If you want to use it as a keyboard, you can do so. And anything you touch underneath will not have any effect on any gameplay or whatever you're doing. It doesn't feel like a cheap device, even though it's come from AliExpress. It does feel rather premium in my opinion. So yeah, how long this will last, I do not know. But what we're going to do now is we're going to plug it into the Spectrum from Retro Games Limited, and we're going to see how this thing performs. Right, so we're all set up and we have controller mode activated. And just in real time, I'll just show you. So there's the carousel. It moves it quite well. So what we're going to do, we're going to probably play 2 games, just like an action game and then a text adventure game using that keyboard. So we're going to go for first, like I've always tested on this Spectrum, is Manic Miner. So there we go. Left and right, quite responsive, 0 lag. So let's see what happens when I flip it to keyboard. Just a bit of time. So there we go. What is it to jump shift? Ah, yeah, so look at that. So you got O and P just there, like that, and then shift is jump, as you can see there. Flip it back to controller, just gives it a minute to re-establish. So you can use the D-pad as well, as you can see there, left and right on the thumbstick. The keyboard actually feels quite nice. It doesn't feel like a cheap keyboard. And also, if you want to do this as well with the keyboard, press it to keyboard, press function button. Well, you can see that, but you can have it backlit as well. turn it off, FN, and that one there. So when you want to come out and go back to the carousel, just press start and you're back onto the carousel. So what we're going to do, we're going to play, we're not going to play match of the day, sorry, just selected that wrong. We're going to play a game I've put on it. So we're going to go with one of my all-time favourite text adventures, and it is Shrewsbury Key. Right, so welcome to Shrewsbury Key. Now we're rocking the keyboard on this one. So what we're going to do is, it's just a case of inputting north, south, east, west, and you know, northwest and all that. So if we press the N for north, just there, it goes north. If we press S and then enter, it goes south, west, go east maybe, I don't know. And then we can just basically type, you know, whatever we want. It's just a keyboard. So WALK, this is not to do with the game. It won't make any difference if I type in whatever. I'm just basically just showing you. So let me see if I can just try and show you close up. So let's go north again. I don't understand you. And enter. So we're going north. So we've gone north. So now it says exits north, east and southeast. So we're just going to input another north, which is N. And then press enter. And then we go north as well. So obviously if you are in keyboard mode and you want to get back to the home screen, let's just test if the controller works without the controller selected. As you can see, it will not let you go back to the carousel. You do need to flick the switch just there, let it just do its thing, spin it around, you get an indication light just there, press start and you are back to the carousel. Right, I think what we'll do, we'll have a game of Target Renegade just playing with this mini keyboard. So obviously you need to select the game with the controller switch to the right. Oh, I need to lower that down a bit. And then you want keyboard mode, let it do its thing. Redefine keys, number 4. And we got left is O, P and Q, and we have hit. This is where the tricky thing starts to hit you. So whatever this button is here, well, that's actually space. So yeah, so we'll just put numerous buttons for that because we don't really want another player with us. So this could be the only tricky thing about it. Number 1, which selects the game just there. So yeah, it's a bit tricky playing with that because we're used to the spacebar being here and using all of our fingers, but to be confined to this little space now, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not really for games like this. So you want to flick it over, and then we're going to play. See if we can play with this actually. So there's the D-pad there. Actually, no, sorry, I do apologise. We've selected keyboard, so we can't do that. So we may have run into our first issue. So, okay, let me see. So we're actually in controller mode now. So we cannot, I don't think, can we still use the keyboard? No, we can't. Can't even press this. So there's no button to start the actual game. Select. Hang on. Oh, so yeah, so this is a bit of a faff now because you've got to switch from. Yeah, I get it. So you've got to switch from that. So if we go to keyboard and we want to be using Kempston, so it's number 3, and player 2 is keyboard. So flick back to the controller. We still can't press nothing, so we need to keep it in keyboard mode. Number 1, and then flick it back to controller in the hope. Yeah, so here we go. We're now rocking the controller. So the only issue I've run into now is we have none of these buttons working. Do we have any thumb buttons working? No. So that is a bit of an issue. Unless I'm doing something wrong, but I don't think so, because I cannot for the life of me hit anyone. Let's see there, can we move that and that? So we cannot at the moment get the fire button working. That's a bit of an issue, bit of a shame. Oh yeah, actually I do apologise for some reason, yeah. So let's try that again. We've just, yeah, okay, so D-pad and A button. There we go. Right, we're rocking it now. Get him off his bike because he's doing my head in. Right, he's off. Tis a bit of a faff, I must admit. And games like this, I just prefer to use a joystick or the actual Spectrum itself. It doesn't seem to, I don't know, you can still play it, don't get me wrong, like. It's just switching back all the time. Yeah. Right, roller coaster. We have keyboard selected. And just to start. Right, so we have O and P, which is left and right. Now a game like this, and similar to Manic Miner, you only need 2 or 3 inputs. So we have the space bar, I think, no, shift to jump, sorry, which is there. So let's just get out of that. Oops. So when you want to run, you've got to press the space bar, which is there. Now that's the space bar just there. See there? That is the space bar. So if you press that, keep hold of it, you will do a run. Which, it's not too bad in my opinion. Let's get on this roller coaster. No, I was going to try that then, but no, let's not. Let's just get off that, and then we're back in play. So yeah, shift to jump and O and P, and as I say, spacebar is give a bit of a jog, but I never really used that in the game, I don't think so. Yeah, so that was roller coaster, and a couple more games tested of the wireless game controller / mini wireless keyboard from Rii. Right, so my take on this. In theory, it's a good idea, but if you don't mind faffing with the switching between keyboard and controller to get the actual game running. Text adventure games, it's ideal for. The likes of, say, Renegade or action games, I would not play it on that unless, I mean, it'll take you a while to get used to it. So just imagine if that was your spacebar there on your 128K, that hole where the spacebar, that is now missing. So you're now going to have to play QAOP and space, with the space being the same side as Q and A. So it's a bit of a faff, you know, if you try and play it like that, but it's a bit, yeah, it just doesn't work in my opinion, that one. So as I say, games like Manic Miner, Roller Coaster, just side scroll up and jump games, it's ideal for. Text adventures, that's ideal for. That is okay, I suppose, for action games, depending on the game. It all depends on the game you're playing. It's, yeah, it's. I thought it'd be a little bit easier than what it is, but it works really well with this Spectrum as well, and it's just build quality, as I say, is quite good. Now, would I recommend it? Oh, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'd probably not, to be honest with you. Just go and buy yourself a Competition Pro from Speedlink and then use your keyboard on the Spectrum. I just got it just because, you know, people have been saying they've got it from AliExpress, and quite a lot of people have said it's the ultimate controller, the ultimate way to play this Spectrum from Retro Games Limited. But in all honesty, it's not. It's, you know, as I say, if you don't mind faffing. So not only does this work on the Spectrum, you're talking Raspberry Pis, PC and PS3. So I ain't got a PS3, but I've got a PC. So I will be playing some light gaming, should we say, on the PC. This is not probably one to play Battlefield with, or maybe GTA, but you know, yeah, high speed sort of action games. I don't think the ergonomics of it is just not sort of built for it. It's just, it's not curved, it's just square, and it's just, yeah, it's not for like high performance gaming, should we say. So on that note, thank you very much for watching as per usual, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Siri.